It's late at night, you check the date on your phone, the 24th, and something inside you relaxes a little. Tomorrow is payday. You've been waiting for this day all week, maybe even all month. Because the truth is, around the middle of the month, you opened your banking app and felt that familiar wave of panic hit your chest. Not full panic, just enough to make you uncomfortable, enough to make you quietly calculate things in your head. How much do I actually have left? What bills are still coming out? How many days until payday again? And suddenly, without realizing it, your entire mood changes. You stop buying unnecessary things. You avoid checking your balance too often. You mentally stretch money. You start surviving carefully, and the strange part is, this has happened so many times, it doesn't even feel strange anymore. It just feels normal. That's the scary part about the paycheck trap. It doesn't arrive dramatically. There's no moment where alarms go off and someone tells you you're trapped. It slowly becomes your lifestyle. You work, you get paid. You feel relief for maybe 2 days. Then the money starts disappearing. Rent, bills, debt payments, food, transportation, unexpected expenses. And suddenly the money that was supposed to change everything barely changed anything at all. So you wait again for the next paycheck. And after a while, your entire life quietly starts revolving around one date on the calendar. Payday becomes emotional. It determines whether you feel calm or stressed, whether you sleep properly, whether you feel hopeful, whether you can breathe for a second. And most people never stop to question how strange that really is, because everyone around them is doing the exact same thing. Your coworkers are waiting for payday. Your friends are waiting for payday. People online showing off expensive lifestyles are probably waiting for payday too. The entire system starts feeling normal because struggle has been normalized. And maybe that's why the trap is so hard to notice. Because you still look functional, you still go to work, still laugh with people, still post online, still show up every day. But privately, you're counting, always counting. Days, money, hours, bills, until eventually you realize something uncomfortable. Your paycheck stopped feeling like a reward a long time ago. Now it feels like life support. And the worst part is, most people think this pressure means they simply need more money. But that's usually where the trap gets even stronger. Most people believe freedom starts at a higher salary. They imagine some magical number, a number where stress disappears, a number where they finally relax, a number where money stops controlling their life. And for a while, it actually feels true. You get the raise, the promotion, the better job. Suddenly you can afford nicer things, a better apartment, a newer car, a more comfortable life. And at first, it genuinely feels like progress. You tell yourself, finally, I can breathe. Then life slowly upgrades around your new income. You move into a nicer apartment. That's another $700 a month. You upgrade your car, another $520 including insurance. You upgrade your phone, another $80. You finance furniture because you finally want your place to look like the life you imagined for yourself, another $180. Then your lifestyle quietly changes too. You eat out more because you're exhausted from work. You spend more on clothes, more on entertainment, more on convenience. Without noticing it, another $500 to $700 disappears every month. Then come the expenses nobody thinks about beforehand. Higher utility bills, gas, parking, maintenance, unexpected charges. And suddenly that extra $1,500 that once felt life-changing is gone. Not because you became reckless, not because you were irresponsible, because your lifestyle quietly expanded to consume your income. The raise increased your income, but it also increased the minimum cost of being you. And now something dangerous happens. You're no longer emotionally attached to the raise. You're emotionally attached to maintaining the lifestyle the raise created. Because now the nicer apartment feels normal, the car feels normal, the spending feels normal, and losing your job suddenly feels terrifying again. Maybe even more terrifying than before. Because before the raise, you were surviving on less. Now your entire life has adjusted upward. Your expenses rose, your standards rose, your obligations rose, but your freedom never did. That's the part nobody talks about. Some people don't escape the paycheck trap when they earn more. They become more dependent on the paycheck than ever, because now they have more to maintain, more to protect, more to lose. That's why you see people earning good money who still seem constantly anxious. People with nice cars who secretly can't miss a single paycheck. People with successful careers who are mentally exhausted all the time. Because higher income doesn't automatically create freedom. Sometimes it just creates a more comfortable prison. A prison with leather seats. A prison with vacations twice a year. A prison with monthly payments attached to everything. And the system encourages this. The moment you earn more, you're expected to consume more. Upgrade more, spend more, show more. So instead of buying freedom, people accidentally buy pressure. And eventually they become trapped by their own lifestyle. From the outside, it looks successful. People congratulate you. They admire the promotion, the apartment, the car. But internally, you might feel more trapped than ever. Because now your survival depends on maintaining a certain income level forever. So you work harder. You tolerate more stress, more exhaustion, more burnout. Because slowing down no longer feels uncomfortable, it feels dangerous. And somewhere along the way, work stops feeling like something you do. It becomes something you must continue no matter what. That's when the paycheck trap stops being financial and starts becoming psychological. The longer you stay inside the cycle, the more it changes you. At first you think you're just tired, but after enough years you realize something deeper happened. You stopped feeling present in your own life. Your weeks start blending together. Monday becomes Friday. Friday becomes Monday again. Months disappear quickly, then years. You sit in traffic on a Monday morning realizing you've made this same drive thousands of times. Same roads, same routine, same exhaustion. And somewhere inside all that repetition, parts of you quietly disappear too. You stop thinking about what excites you. You start thinking about what's practical, what's stable, what's safe. You tell yourself, I'll focus on what I actually want later. But later keeps moving, and eventually survival mode becomes your personality. You become someone who's constantly mentally occupied, even during rest, even during dinner, even during weekends. Part of your brain is always calculating something: money, work, time, responsibilities. And maybe the saddest part is how quickly people adapt to this. The Sunday anxiety, the exhaustion, the feeling of living the same week over and over again, it becomes normal. You start accepting things that would have horrified the younger version of you, like spending most of your waking life stressed, or feeling guilty for resting, or being too mentally drained to enjoy the little free time you actually have. And because everyone else seems equally exhausted, nobody talks about it. People joke about burnout. They joke about hating Mondays. They joke about being broke right before payday. But underneath the jokes is something darker. A lot of people feel trapped, not physically, psychologically. Because when your entire survival depends on continuing the cycle, you stop feeling free to question it. You stay in jobs you hate because instability feels dangerous. You ignore your health because stopping feels impossible. You delay your life because you believe one day things will finally calm down. But one day keeps getting pushed further away. And eventually a terrifying realization starts creeping in. You gave so much energy trying to survive. You never really learned how to live. That's the hidden cost of the paycheck trap. It doesn't just take money from you, it slowly takes time, energy, peace, identity. Until one day you wake up and realize years disappeared while you were waiting to finally feel okay. But the most dangerous part of the paycheck trap isn't the stress, or the bills, or even the exhaustion. It's adaptation. Humans adapt to almost anything, even survival mode. And once survival mode becomes familiar, people stop questioning it. Eventually, people stop trying to escape the cycle and start trying to become more comfortable inside it. A slightly better apartment, a slightly newer car, a slightly nicer distraction from the pressure. But the cycle itself never really changes. That's how decades disappear. Not through dramatic collapse, through routine. Wake up, work, recover, repeat, again and again and again. Always waiting for some future moment where life finally begins. When the debt is gone, when the promotion comes, when savings are bigger, when things calm down. But for many people, that moment never actually arrives. Because the system is designed to keep people chasing stability without ever fully reaching it. Always close enough to hope, never far enough to relax. And maybe that's why so many people feel quietly exhausted all the time. Not because they're lazy, not because they're failing, but because carrying financial pressure for years slowly drains something from a person. Especially when they believe there's no alternative. The paycheck trap survives because it becomes invisible. It hides inside normality, inside routines, inside phrases people repeat every day. That's just life. Everyone's tired. We all have bills. And technically that's true, but there's still something unsettling about realizing your entire emotional state can be controlled by whether money arrives on a specific date every month. Because eventually you have to ask yourself a difficult question. If missing a single paycheck would completely destabilize your life, how free are you really? Maybe that's the real trap. Not working, not earning money, but becoming so dependent on the cycle that you stop imagining life outside of it. Because the paycheck trap doesn't scream, it whispers, quietly organizing your habits, your stress, your decisions, your future, one paycheck at a time.